I thought you were maybe going to say the Royals because I know you love Bobby Witt Jr. and I know you love what's going on. So I was just curious. And right now, Bobby Witt Jr. can't get out, by the way. I don't know.
Is he the front runner right now for the MVP?
Okay, so this is a perfect. Okay, so that's where I was going to go with this. Aaron Judge, it's death taxes, and Judge's going to hit the shit out of the ball. You seem like you can't get him out.
Right.
But then you also can't get Bobby Witt Jr. out. And I thought Gunnar Henderson for a while was right on track with both of them.
Right.
And I thought, so with those three guys, you think Bobby Witt Jr. now is overtaken Judge for the top spot?
I mean, as it's playing right now, I don't think there's any question about that. And look, you know where I'm going to side on the positional responsibility and value of a shortstop over everybody else. And if anything's even close, the tiebreaker is a big tiebreaker. The fact that Bobby Witt goes out there and plays shortstop every single day for the Royals. So what he's able to do, how comfortable he looked in that All-Star Game home run derby when he's going out there and taking Teoscar to the limits on that one. But this dude, there's not a thing that he can't do on the baseball field. You've heard the terms enough being around the game and seeing guys in the minor leagues you played with, called five-tool players. I think it was one of the more overused terms ever, the five-tool player. Because I always said, he can run, he can hit a little bit, he can play some defense, and he's got a hammer and a screwdriver in his pocket. Those are the other two tools to make it up. Bobby Witt, legit, is a complete five-tool player. If you're looking at all the measurements that they keep in the game right now, I think he's the fastest player when he's running, maybe said home to third on a triple. He can steal bases. He can play D. He can hit home runs. He can hit for average. Anything you want out of a player, you got in Bobby Witt. And right now, the way he's playing, and I know that Gunnar had a little bit of layoff because I was wrestling early in the year, like the first 2 months in, I was very stubborn on Gunnar. This is my guy, this is my guy, this is my guy, this is my guy. But Bobby has gotten so hot that if the season was over today and he didn't win the MVP, I would be absolutely shocked.
You know what? And for people that are wondering how good Bobby Witt Jr. has been, we're aware. But for those that are listening to this, Bobby Witt Jr.'s got 19 jacks, 76 ribbies. He has an OPS of 992. I don't really always look to the OPS, but people like to look at that.
Sure.
He's got 24 bags. And by the way, he's hitting 349.
Which still means something.
I'm with you on that. Don't get me going with this, Bill.
So let me ask you this question while you're pulling up numbers and everything.
Yep.
We'll have a production meeting on air.
Yep, let's do it.
So 19 homers in 76 stakes. 76?
Yep, 76 and 91 runs scored.
How many?
91.
Okay. And Aaron Judge has how many homers and how many ribbies when you pull up Judge?
Well, let's do it right now. A little hey, how you doing? And a little hey, how you doing for Judge, which, again, great player. He's got 39 jacks, 99 ribbies. He has scored 84 times and is hitting 316. And if we're going to go to the OPS, he leads all of baseball with over 1,100. It's 1,136 or 1 point, whatever it is.
So he's got 39.99?
39.99.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that either. And ask, and sometimes when you look and, the number people will tell you that RBIs really aren't a real stat because it's, club dependent and other things like that. You still got to score runs to win games.
Yep.
And if you look at RBIs and you look at runs scored, that's directly impacting your club's chances to win games. But the fact that Bobby, and that's a pretty good pace right there because I'm a little bit surprised at the 99 ribbies. Sorry, I've been out of commission for a couple of weeks because, 39 is 20 more than Bobby Witt.
Yep.
And is 23 ribby more is than Bobby Witt.
Yeah.
But you can actually directly attribute those to home runs. You know what I mean? Like he's driving in himself with those 20 extra ones. So I've always enjoyed being around the players. I think the one year I was in Texas, my man Rusty Greer had 18 homers and 101 ribbies on the year. And I looked at him as one of the best hitters I've ever seen because there were guys at the time hitting 40 home runs and driving in 90. Well, they were driving themselves in 40 of those 90. So
Yeah.
that means they only picked up 50 other ones, when people were out there on base. And my man Rusty Greer's driving in 101 with 18 homers.
Yeah.
So he knew how to hit. He knew what it meant to maybe bear down a little bit more with that man on second and 2 outs. And he was finding a way to get a lousy knock, to drive in those runs. So we can look at all of the numbers, and I want to look at all of the numbers. But I'm telling you, when it's all said and done, the tried and true measurements that this history of the game has, it's still